Good morning, students. Try and fail, but don't fail to try. Yes, if you try and also fail, you will get some experience out of it. But if you fail to try, we won't get anything from it. In today's class, let us see some topics from chemical bonding lesson. So, introduction. No atom exists as an independent entity in nature except noble gases. So, except noble gases, no other atoms are independent. They all are dependent. A group of atoms is found to exist together as one species. So, a group of atoms are found to exist together as one species. Such group of atoms are called molecules. This attractive force which holds the atoms together is called a bond. We all would have seen the flowers held together by a thread. So here the thread is the bond. The attractive force which holds the atoms together is called a bond. Let us see an illustration for chemical bonding. As you can see this image, the H atom are different atoms. They both are different, but when they combine, they form a bond. So they both are separate atoms. When they combine, they form a bond and they become a molecule. So that is what a chemical bonding. A chemical bond may be defined as the force of attraction between the atoms that binds them together as a unit called molecule. So there is a force of attraction which brings the atoms together, which forms a molecule. So if the hydrogen is separate, it is called a hydrogen atom, but if it's combined together, it's called hydrogen molecule. Atoms of various atoms combine together in different ways. So this raised a question like, why do atoms combine and how do atoms combine? Why some atoms combine and why some other not? So Koshal and Lewis approached to chemical bonding. They gave some answers. Atoms of noble gases have little or no tendency to combine. So noble gases have no tendency to combine with each other or with some atoms. This means they have a stable electronic configuration because they do not combine with each other. So you can see the examples like helium, neon, argon and krypton. These are all noble gases. As we can see the example, helium has 2 electrons in the outermost shell, that is s orbital. It can accommodate only 2 electrons in the outermost shell. But in the case of neon, the s orbital is full, the 2 electrons, and then the remaining 8 electrons are in the p orbital, which can accommodate only 8 electrons. Likewise, argon and krypton are also filled. Electronic configuration of noble gases. Previously we saw the helium, neon, argon, krypton structure. Here they have given the atomic number. So for helium, the atomic number is 2. That is, they have 2 electrons. For neon, they have 10 electrons. For argon, the atomic number is 18. For krypton, it is 36. For xenon, it is 54. For radon, it is 86. Likewise, the electronic configuration, we saw the previous diagram. The helium can accommodate only 2 electrons in the first shell and then the 8 electrons in the second shell. The third shell can accommodate 18 electrons, but since argon has only 18 electrons, 2 plus 8 is 10. So remaining 8 in the third shell. And the fourth shell can accommodate 32 electrons. That is why the radon 86 atomic number. The first shell has 2 electrons, the second shell 8 electrons, the third shell 18 and the fourth shell 32, 18, 8 and goes on. Since these noble gases have completely filled electronic configuration, They neither have any tendency to gain or to lose any electrons, and hence their valency is 0. Next we will see about octet rule. Let us see one example for octet rule. Chlorine has only 7 electrons in the second shell and it needed one more electron to become 8. So it combines with hydrogen. Hydrogen is having 1 electron. It combines with chlorine and then it forms 8 electrons in its second layer. The tendency of an atom to have 8 electrons in the valence shell is the outermost shell is the valence shell is known as the octet rule or the rule of 8. Atoms combine to form a compound. So while combining we need to know how many electrons are there. For that we are representing the dot structure, Lewis dot structure, as you can see the image. An electron consists of the symbol of the element surrounded by dots representing the electrons of the valence shell of the atom. As you can see, the oxygen has 7 electrons and the carbon has 4 electrons. Let us see the types of chemical bonds. There are different types of chemical bonding possible between atoms which make these molecules. So, there are different types of chemical bonding which makes an atom to be a molecule. Depending on the type of bond, they show different characteristics or properties. The first type, let us see, ionic or electrovalent bond. An ionic bond is a chemical bond formed by the electrostatic attraction between positive and negative ions. As you can see the image, the sodium ion which has positive charge and the chlorine ion which has the negative charge gets attracted by electrostatic attraction which forms a bond, that is ionic bond. These oppositely charged ions come closer to each other due to electrostatic force of attraction and thus form ionic bond. Let us see the formation of ionic bond. When an atom loses one electron, it becomes positively charged and it is known as cation. And when an atom gains one electron, it becomes negatively charged and it is known as anion. So when both combine, it becomes 0 charge. These oppositively charged ions are held together by electrostatic force of attraction is known as ionic bond, and the compounds containing ionic bond are ionic compounds. Let us see the illustration for an ionic bond. The formation of ionic bonding in sodium chloride, that is NaCl. Na is sodium and Cl is chloride. The atomic number of sodium is 11. So the electronic configuration is 2, 8, 1. That is the first shell, it can accommodate only 2 electrons, and the second shell it can accommodate only 8 electrons. So the remaining one goes to the third shell. The atomic number of chlorine is 17. So the electronic configuration 2, 8, 7. That is the first shell can accommodate only 2 electrons. The second shell can accommodate 8 electrons and the third shell can accommodate 18 electrons. But since the remaining is only 7, we have 7 electrons here. When the sodium atom gives 1 electron to the chlorine atom, it attains the proper octet rule and both combine and give us sodium chloride molecule. So the sodium atom and chloride atom combine together and give us sodium chloride molecule. Since the atomic number of magnesium is 12, it has 2 extra electrons and it transfers 2 electrons to chlorine atom. So the magnesium atom becomes a magnesium cation and the chlorine atom will become a chlorine anion. Both becomes a molecule. Characteristics of ionic compounds. The physical state of ionic compounds are held together by electrostatic force between anion and cation, and they are neatly arranged in a geometric manner. Next we'll see the electron conductivity. Since they are crystalline solids and they are tightly arranged, they do not have any movement of electrons. They only conduct electricity during the molten state. The third, melting point. Since ionic compounds are strongly held by electrostatic force, it needed a higher energy to break them. So we need high melting point and boiling point to melt the ionic compound. Next, the solubility. They are soluble in polar solvents like water and insoluble in non-polar solvents like benzene and carbon tetrachloride. The density of ionic compound is high. It has high hardness and also brittleness, and the reaction is rapid in ionic compounds. Next we'll see about covalent bond. First we saw the ionic bond, its characteristics, and we saw the examples. The sharing of electrons which becomes common on both the atoms, it is called as atomic bond or covalent bond. Formation of covalent bond. The atom acquire a completely filled valence shell electronic configuration which leads to stability. Let us see one example for covalent compound. So, carbon's atomic number is 4. So, it shares electron with 4 other hydrogen electrons. 4 electrons are shared with 4 atoms of hydrogen to achieve a stable electronic configuration. Let us see the second example for covalent bond, that is oxygen atom. An oxygen's atomic number is 6. So, 2 oxygen atoms combine together and share 4 electrons. So, it is a double bond sharing to attain the octet's electronic configuration. The characteristics of covalent bond. The physical state of the covalent bonds depends on the attraction between covalent molecules which are very weak. The covalent compounds exist in gaseous, liquids and solids. They can form only within oxygen gas, water liquid or diamond and solid. Since covalent bond does not have any charged particles, they are poor in electrical conductivity and their melting point is very low, and their solubility is high in non-polar solvents like benzene and carbon tetrachloride and low in polar solvents like water. They are not hard and brittle, they are very soft in nature, and the covalent bond reaction is very slow. As you can see this image, one chlorine atom combines with another chlorine atom and forms a bond, that is covalent bonding. But here in ionic bonding, the sodium loses one electron and gives to the chlorine atom. Thank you students. Hope you understood the concept. That's all for today's class. Thank you students. See you all in the next class. Hey Shilpa, can I ask you some atomic numbers of few elements? Sure, Jenny. What is the atomic number for helium? It is so simple. 2. For neon? 10, Jenny. And for argon? It's 18. And finally for krypton? 36. Wow, that's great, Shilpa. Thank you, Jenny. In fact, all these elements are noble gases. Yes, bye, Shilpa. Bye, Jenny. Take care.